Good afternoon. Everything's kind of blurry here. Good afternoon, BookTube. This is Johnny. I thought I'd make a video. The reason why, I'll tell you in a minute why I'm going to make a video. This thing needs to go down a little bit, I think. So it's not going to go, it needs to go down a little bit here. So yeah, I'm on this thing's on a tripod. So today is August the 14th, 2023. It is 3:59 in the morning. It's 75 degrees inside the hermit hut. I'm down on the lower level because my wife is upstairs and I can make videos down here. Plus the books I want to show are down here. Now, I'll give you a background on this video. I received a comment on a video I made back in January the 1st, 2017, and what it was a video I showed of my American West collection. And apparently I said American West collection to be continued. And the fellow who commented said he wanted me to continue showing American West books because he collects American West books. Well, I don't recall what I meant by continuation, but I think I mentioned back in 2022, of April 2022, I got a book from the Book Nook, the Library Used Bookstore, and it was a book by Dee Brown, Creek Mary's Blood. It was a novel, and it was the only novel he wrote. He was an historian on the West, and so when I got home that day, back there in last 2022 in April, I couldn't find my Dee Brown books. I said, well, I know I didn't dehaul them. And then I remembered, I think around that time, that I had put, I had thought I had dehauled a large part of my American West collection. But what I actually did, I put them in this plastic bin in the closet underneath the stairway. And I remembered, so I looked in that bin, and there they were. All these books from the American West. And so the point is, in this video, I'm going to this is a continuation of that January 1st, 2017 video of my collection on the American West. Now, to be honest, I don't collect that many books on the American West now. I do collect here and there. There are some I noticed, but I went back there in of April 26, 2022. I made a list of the books that I found in that bin on the American West, and the goal is to make a video after I had wrote them all out on a piece of paper, but apparently I never got around to it, so I'm doing it now to make a long story short. Before this video gets too long, I better get showing the books. Now, I'm not going to show the books in chronological order that's on the list here. I'm just going to show them as I have them here by me. So, the first book, and I'm not going to go into detail, this is just showing you my American West collection that I kept and I didn't dehaul. This is Kearney's March, the Epic Creation of the American West from 1846 to 1847 by Winston Groom. And then 38 Nooses, Lincoln, Little Crow, and the Beginning of the Frontier's Inn by Scott W. Berg. So this is it. And then a very famous American historian, Stephen E. Ambrose, the man who built the cross. The men, nothing like it in the world. The Men Who Built the Transcontinental Railroad, 1863 to 1869, which really opened, the railroad really opened up the West. And so, and then Hampton Sides, Blood and Thunder, the Epic of the American West. Hampton Sides has written a number of books that are worth. Ghost Soldiers, The Great Raid. That was a film he did. Anyway, Hampton Sides, Blood and Thunder, the Epic of the American West. And then you have the life, the sorrow in our heart, the life of Tecumseh by Alan E. Eckert, who wrote the novel The Frontiersman. This is a biography on the great American Indian chief. He was, yeah, this is what it's about. See if any photos, pictures of him here. I haven't looked at this book in ages, but anyway, this is a biography. And then The Sundance People, Plain Indians, Their Past and Present by Richard Eardoes. Then you have Frederick Remington, Selected Writings. He wrote about the American West, and see photos on here, and so things like this. And then there's the first American story of North American archaeology. The Men Who Wear the Star, the Story of the Texas Rangers by Charles M. Robinson III. Yeah, we always about the Texas Rangers when you watch TV back there in the West. The Texas Rangers. Trail of Tears, The Rise and Fall of the Cherokee Nation by John E.L. Very tragic story about the American West and the Trail of Tears about the Cherokees. Then a very famous book by Peter Matheson, The Spirit of Crazy Horse, which is about the American Indian movement back there in the 70s. And here's that novel, The Frontiersman by Alan W. Eckhart. Then you have Exploration and Empire, The Explorer and the Scientist, and the Winning of the American West by William H. Goldsman. So you have that. And then you have The Shovel of Stars, The Making of the American West, 1800 to the Present by Ted Morgan, who is another famous American historian. He wrote Wilderness at Dawn, Pulitzer Prize winner. And then here is another in the American Indian movement back in the 70s, the biography, Where White Men Fear to Tread, Autobiography of Russell Means. Then you have The Myth of the West, America as the Last Empire by Jan William Schultz Nordholt. Here's that book, Wilderness at Dawn, The Settling of the North American Continent by Ted Morgan. And then this is an autobiography, Dakota Woman, Mary Crow Dog. It's good to read actual accounts written by Native Americans. This is a group of, I think these are essays, Southwestern Homelands by William Kittredge. This is essays that he's written about the Northwest. There's a picture of my son in New Mexico. Looks like a New Mexico sky. I'm not sure what sign. I think it goes like this. And then there's Dee Brown. These are the Dee Brown books I found. The Westerns by Dee Brown. And then The American West by Dee Brown. And then he wrote, Dee Brown, Hear That Lonesome Whistle Blow, Railroads in the West. And here's that novel I bought the Book Nook, Creek Mary's Blood, a novel by Dee Brown. And then I found this, When the Century Was Young, a Writer's Notebook by Dee Brown. And then this very famous book, Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee, An American History of the American West by Dee Brown. I have 2 editions of this. I bought this, came into the Book Nook, Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee, an illustrated edition by Dee Brown. Really nice. It has all these really nice photos in it of Native Americans. Very noble people. Really nice book. Came into the Book Nook I think I got it last year. So, yeah, really nice photos. So, it's all by Dee Brown. These also, Maria Sandoz, Crazy Horse, Strange Man of the Oglalas. I can't pronounce it anyway. Then Life, Wild and Perilous, Mountain Men and the Path to the Pacific by Robert M. Utley. Yeah, you have the mountain men who came out, the trappers, who went out there. They opened up the West. And then you have another Robert M. Utley, The Lance and the Shield, The Life and Times of Sitting Bull. And then you have these books, they're not on the list, but they were in the bin. The Great Plains by Walter Prescott Webb. The Great Plains. And then The Day the World Ended at Little Bighorn, a Lakota History by Joseph M. Marshall III. Then this very famous book that has been made into a movie recently, Killers of the Flower Moon, Ashtag Murderers and the Birth of the FBI by David Graham. And then you have Buffalo Bill's America, Will Cody and the Wild West Show by Lewis S. Morton. And then this book, Common Landscape of America, 1580 to 1845 by John R. Steigo. So yeah, that is the American West collection. I might have more, but these are the ones that were on the list, and a few others that were in the bin that I must have put in there as I was collecting these books on the American West. Like I said, I really haven't come across anything lately, the last couple of years. And plus, I'm not the book nook anymore. And I do collect books on the American Indians and books on the American West and, you know, things like that. So I just thought I'd show this for my fellow who said show me the rest of the American West collection, a continuation of that video I made back in January 1, 2017, and then on April the 26th, 2022, I found this container of some of my American West collection that I thought I had dehauled. So yeah, and I put all this information and the video in my online diet Crooked Fingers last night, so you can see a complete list of the books there from January 7, 2017, and from April the 26th, 2022. You can see the video that I made back in January the 1st, 2017 on the American West. And then I'm going to post this one I'm making right now tonight. So if you go to Crooked Fingers on August the 14th, 2023, you'll see both videos on that site if you're into the American West. Yeah, reason why I got into the American West is, for one thing, is that I'm into American history, and part of the American West is American history. And so that's why I start collecting it. And plus my wife, when she got out of nursing school back in the 70s, she lived in New Mexico. She lived in Gallup, New Mexico, and she got into the Southwest. And if you come into our house, my wife still has things that she bought from about the Southwest. Like she so that's why I've always been into American history, and like I said, you have colonial history, the American Revolution, you have the Civil War, but also you have the opening up the American West, mountain men, the Texas Rangers, the building of the Transcontinental Railroad. You have all these, the Indian Wars, and it just goes on and on. Kit Carson, Buffalo Bill, things that we grew up as kids, and the great herds on the plains of the buffaloes and all that. So I just thought I'd just show you these books because just for my friend who made a comment, continue showing your American West collection. So it's 4/17 here on a Monday afternoon. It's my birthday. I'll show you some birthday books I bought myself today that's coming tomorrow. And yeah, so I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you have a good new reading week. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for the new subscribers. And until next time, bye.